Hello everyone, so today I'm going to film an altar tour video. I'm going to try really hard not to make it too long because nobody wants to see that. So for starters, top of my altar, really simple. My altar is right next to my bedroom door and I'm terrified I'm going to rip the door open and send everything flying. I would normally have an altar cloth on it, but mine was in the garage and a mouse got it and ate it and I'm still very upset about it. So less said about that the better. This picture here is of the Morrigan. I printed it off Google. I'm not sure who the original artist was, but if anybody knows, please let me know because I would love to see her other work, or his. And then this candle is one of Jerry Morris's candles. I believe it's called Blade Over Shield. I could be wrong. I've only just lit it today because the other one that I had for her, which was this one, won't burn anymore. So I think that's a sign that she wants her new one lit. We'll start off with the sides of the altar. So down here, this is a big like ring bound folder that I've used as a book of shadows. It's got lots of information in that I've printed out. I actually have another one that's much more full, but again it's lost in the garage until I can get in there and find it. These big glass bottles came from Primark, not Primark, Poundland. £1 each. So if you have Poundland near you, I would go and grab some. This one's got rose water in, and then this one will have moon water in, but I keep forgetting to go outside and collect rainwater. And then over this side, let me just organise myself. Here I have a big scrapbook that I use as like a decorative arty book of shadows. This one is a book that I put just book of shadows information in that I'm going to copy up into a big one eventually. I like to scribble lots of notes. This was when I was doing the Inner Temple of Witchcraft, which I've got very slack with. This is just a normal notebook. This is a little I can't remember what I called it. I think I called it like the Book of Enchantment or something, some rubbish. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, the Book of Enchantment is what I called it. I normally keep this one in my handbag, and then if something strikes me, if I see something on the internet or whatever while I'm out and about doing whatever, something strikes me in any kind of way, I copy it up into this little one to copy up later on. And then this is the planner I had at the beginning of the year. It's actually really lovely. I highly recommend it. Really beautiful, got loads of information in, and it's British, so the only problem I've ever had with, you know, the Llewellyn ones is they're always American times, and that's a UK one, so I highly recommend that. I got it off Amazon. I think it was only about £5. And then here is the 12 Houses, which is a astrological book. This is the Inner Temple of Witchcraft, which I love. This is Laurie Cabot's Book of Shadows, which I've been really enjoying when I've had the chance to sit and read it. This is my Book of Shadows, which I think is from Nemesis Now. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've just knocked everything over. Fantastic. Oh, it's all going to fall. That's just some scrap paper that I use to decorate in this one. There's some wax that I use to make candles. That's just some clothes, ignore that. And then there's 1,000,001 tea lights. So I'm going to tidy that mess up in a minute. Inside here, it does not look as packed on camera, but I swear it's really full in here. So we'll start down this side. This little thing came with some cone incense in it. I've never had any reason to keep it, but for some reason I keep thinking I'll find a use for it. These are just lighting candles. There's nothing special about them. Most of them are just holders. If you live in the UK, pop yourself down to Wilko's because these are tea light and taper holders. They were 80p and you can fit proper big dinner candle tapers in there, and they're not like, you know, normally you can only get the holders like these at the back, which are nice, but they take up a lot of space and I'm terrified I'm going to smack one over. So yeah, that's just a nice big smelly candle. That's one from Primark that mostly I just like the design of. There's 1,000,001 incense, another 2 incense holders. I've got about 1,000 of these lying around, who only knows where. Some pine cones. Are they pine cones? I think they are, whatever. I collected them when I was at uni, and I love them because they're all open properly, which somebody told me the squirrels do, and if they do, they are incredibly clever little rats. This little dish I love. I always put my incense cone holdery things they come with on it, because like obviously look, they make a right old mess and I'd rather burn them on a dish. This candle is just like the lighting candle. I just, instead of burning myself with the lighter, I set this one on fire and light everything else from it, drip wax everywhere, make a right mess. This is my cauldron, which is so cute. I haven't actually used it yet, I only bought it a couple of weeks ago. So at the back I've got some eggshells which I need to grind down. That's a protection spell ball kit that I bought from, I believe it was Enchanted Witchery. That was originally Enchanted Witchery's Sacred Sage spray that I bought when I very first started my path, and I've actually put this in, this I've made, and I just reused the same bottle for the same purpose. I don't think there's any harm in that. And then that's another misty spray from the Village Witch, which is all, I like it. I don't like it as much as the one that I made though. It smells a bit like lemongrass. Yeah, I don't know what they've put in it, but I don't like it as much as I like this one. Then obviously there's some actual sage, which I don't get to burn very often because I live in a flat with my dad and he hates the smell of it. I'm gonna have to tidy this right up afterwards. So there we go, more incense, those are cones. And then moving up to the top, where should we start? I think we'll start over this side. So just glittery fairy dust, don't mind me. And a big old rock that I usually use to represent Earth if I'm feeling fancy. And a Buddha. This is my Athame or Athame, whichever you prefer to call it, which I got off eBay. It was only a couple of quid. It's really sweet actually, I quite like it. But I'll see if I can remember the store I bought it from. It's nothing special. I don't really like Athames, I've never really used it. I do have a wand, it's not in here because it's broken, so I've put it to one side. Here is my protection candle, again that came from Enchanted Witchery. God, probably about a year or two ago, I can't remember. And then these are Joey Morris's candles. Sorry, let me just organise myself. There we go. This one I think was called Midnight Margarita, and I was totally sold on the name of it, and then when I got it I was like, I don't actually know what I'm going to use it for, I just thought it was cute. And then this one, I can't remember what she called it, but it was a winter one, so I'm going to use it at Yule. Let's see. And then this is another one of Enchanted Witchery's candles. I can't remember what it was. It came free, I believe, with my order. Sorry, I'm waving it off over the other side. I believe it came free with my order, and I was using it to for the Morrigan, but it burns down really quickly and it was really expensive, so I don't use it as often. But it's there if I'm burning it for special for her. But I kind of prefer this one that Joey made when my camera focuses. I much prefer that one. So when I got that and I held it in my hand, I was like, oh my god, you can really feel like the power coming off it. So yeah, here we go. Here's another one of the Enchanted Witchery ones. This one was called Besom. What was that one for? To clear the sacred space of negative energy. I bought the candles because I can't really burn the sage as much when I'm living with my dad. And then that's a home blessing one. So I'm not going to open this box, but this box is literally just full of spell candles and taper candles, and it's not very exciting. On here there's an all sort of collection of little trinkets, and at the back I have these, what are they called, battery operated, oh, I don't know if I can get it to, there we go, the battery operated candles. I thought they might produce a bit more light than actual candles do and have less risk of burning myself when I'm in the dark piddling around in my room, but apparently they don't cut out very much light, and I'll probably chuck them away at some point. In this, I made this little, let me just get this out. Ooh. I made this little dish, little offering dish, back when I was working with Diana, and I feel like I can't use it for the Morrigan because I made it for Diana. So the only part of it I really like is the head where I've made the moon. The rest of it I'm not really very keen on. And I've always wished that I hadn't painted it. That was always my biggest wish. So, but I've kept it because it's alright. This, I can't remember what this particular stone is. Is it sandstone maybe? I don't know. It's beautiful. It's really glittery and lovely, but very polished and just, yeah. This my friend sent me, which is a pendant for a necklace. I believe it's actually a Diana one, so don't know what I'm going to do with it because I don't wear it with Diana anymore. And then one of the people I used to work with went to Egypt and bought me back this, which I love. It's a magnet, so I'm not quite sure where I'm going to, oops, so drop it on the floor. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it, but it's gorgeous. I don't have any excuses for this. I don't know why I've kept it. I think it came off like a photo frame or something. This my friend made me, which I wear at Samhain because it's just, oh, you can't see it, it's a little skull. How cute is that? She made it, put it on a little hair grip. God, I hope this is exciting for somebody. These are just got spell bags in, and that's another spell bag. And up the back I've got some ribbons and stuff in a bottle. Then we've got my dried herbs. This isn't all my dried herbs. I've actually ordered a massive job lot of them, and I'm gonna have to buy another big box like this, which came from the works, if you're wondering. I think it was a £5 and it's massive. Like, it's absolutely huge. So well worth the money, especially if you're gonna stain it. So in here we've got lavender, rose petals. These are rosebuds. That's burnt bits of sage. I think it's oh, what's her name? Is it Lady Grave Dancer or something? She keeps all the ashes from it, and she inspired me to keep them. And then this is chili powder. This one's empty. And then there's dried rose petals in this one. So I'm eventually going to make labels for all of them like this, but I'm lazy. And then the rest are just empty bottles, apart from this one, which has got a little bit more lavender in, and then there's some bay leaves. Up the back, they're all just empty bottles. Then I've got salt from Sainsbury's, little plug for them there, who I don't shop with anymore after that incident where they kicked some gay people out of their store. There's just some spelt. I remember everybody bought these a while ago. They came from the works, but I've never really used them, but I've kept them. And then this is my tarot deck, which is the Shadowscapes Tarot. It's absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend you look up the artwork online. It's super beautiful. And then up the back there's some more herbs. I think that's fennel seeds, lavender, loads of it. Gotta be quick, my battery's dying. In here is my pendulum, who is called Lily. I believe she is, oh gosh, blue obsidian. And I wanted a pendulum for ages and I could never find one that I liked. I went into a shop that had gorgeous pendulums. They of all shapes and sizes with like wings and everything on them. They were gorgeous, beautiful, stunning pendulums. That one was right up the back and I was like, that's the one I want. So always the way, one right up the back. This little box here has got all my oils in, but once I've got my order from Freya's Cauldron and I've got all my 1001 herbs, I'm going to reorganise all of this and I'm going to buy a new box to keep them in because as you can see I'm overflowing with oils. What have I got? That's Bewitching, a Road Opener, Come to Me. Then in here I've got Get a Job, Sage, that's Lavender, Protection, Cedarwood, that's another protection one. They've got the Morrigans, I believe that is, yeah. That's Attraction and Jasmine. So, but it all, I'm gonna, got about a friggin' 100 more coming in the post, so that I'm gonna have to get a new box because they don't fit in there. So there we go. There's me rambling for 5 minutes. Hope I've brightened up your day a little bit. I've made a right old mess of my altar now. So have a lovely day and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye!